Right, sir.
Yes. Good morning, students. My dear stars. Good morning. Hope that you might have understood the part 1. I have given the shortest summary and I have explained 2 stanzas. Today I am going to explain 4 remaining stanzas. Stanza means para. So each stanza carries 5 lines each. Here, today you are going to learn the remaining 4 stanzas. First, I will recite the lines or stanzas or this poem. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shovel. Before I could read this second stanza, you must do one thing, that you should have written all these 4 stanzas. You should have written this one. Otherwise, not possible to follow my teaching. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer's fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing year when the blacks of winter appear? So, there are 4 stanzas here. For your kind information, in the lesson, we can take each and every line and a fresh meaning. Every line gives different meaning. Every word, every line. Here in poem, this general meaning won't work. The poet writes with his own ideas, with his own, in his own mood. Okay. Whether he is happy, whether he is sad, whether he is not at all. Nostalgic means no sadness, no happiness, dejected, as angry mood. What kind of mood does the poet have? The poem depends upon that mood of the speaker or the poet. And this one is written with the heart-rendering state. That means he feels very sad. He feels very sad because the school-going children are suffering a lot in the classroom. It is why this speaker or the poet William Blake says that all children feel dejected, unhappy, sad indeed when they go to school. The children who are going to school want to enjoy in nature, want to enjoy their childhood. If they feel happy in their childhood, then only they can enjoy their young age or youthful days. If they can enjoy their youthful days, they can be happy in their old age. It is why in the beginning itself, in the childhood itself, the children are forgetting to enjoy this nature. They are unable to feel happy in the classroom activities. The system of education must change. This is said by William Blake. Yeah. Now, I will explain each and every line, word, stanza wise summary. Now, tired. Then at times I grew being sick. That means what? I am sitting by bending my shoulder so tired. Where? In the classroom. Who is drooping sick? The school going one particular child. Next, again, then at times I droop in the seat. That means he is bending down and sitting by lowering his shoulder, and he feels so tired indeed in the classroom. Next, and spend many an anxious hour. He is under tension. He feels so much dejected, so much tension. Anxious means tension. Here he is in great tension indeed. He feels tired, sitting by bending down, no mood, no happiness. Here he has so much tension and he is in tension. Nor in my book can I take delight. Book means what? This is system, learning activities. Book means here in his learning process. He doesn't find any happiness in the book means in the learning process in the classroom. Once more, the school going boy in the classroom doesn't feel happy. He doesn't find any happiness in the teaching of the teacher. He doesn't find any happiness in noting down, copying the contents, listening to the teaching, understanding. These all class activities make him feel dejected, happiness. That means what? Unhappy. Nor sit in learning subhover. Learning subhover. Here, learning subhover means school. Here, classroom or school. Nor sit in learning subhover. One through with the dreary shoulder. In the classroom, he is not happy. He is not happy along with the classroom activities. Teaching, writing, listening, understanding, copying, and doing, showing, then answering the questions of the teacher. These all things are taking place. He doesn't find happiness in any one of the activities which are taking place in the classroom. Finally, he feels tired sitting by bending on the bench, and he is in tension. He doesn't find any happiness in the classroom activities, and in the classroom he doesn't find any in the education teaching process or classroom. He doesn't find any happiness here. He is so much tired. He goes through so much classroom activities. Here learning subhover means classroom, dreary shower means following the teaching, copying, listening, answering the question of the teacher. It is called a process in the classroom. It is called a classroom. It is called a process. It is called a tension. It is called a bending down and sitting. These 5 things are here. Next stanza. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child when fears night but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Yeah. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? Okay. You bring a bird. Put that one in a cage. Cage means panjara. The bird cannot fly. Does it feel happy to sit in a cage and taking this food provided by human beings? No. All animals, all birds want freedom. Freedom from the slavery. No animal, no bird likes to stay in a cage or in a box or tied up in a house. It is why. How can the bird that is born for joy? The bird is born to enjoy nature. It wants to be happy in nature, means freedom. Sit in a cage and sing. A bird cannot feel happy in a cage. It cannot sing in a cage, in the prison, in a jail, in a box. Similarly, the bird cannot sing. It is because it has lost its freedom. Similarly, how can a child feel happy by sitting in the classroom? That means bird is compared with the child. Cage is compared with the classroom. Who is called bird? The child, a school going boy. What is called a cage? Classroom. It is why. The bird is not happy in a cage. The boy is not happy in the classroom. You take this meaning in this order. How can a child when fears annoy means anger. When a child is scared by a teacher, when a child or when the student is scared by a teacher, but droop his tender wing, he has lost his happiness. Here drooping means cutting. Cutting is happiness. When a bird is in a cage, it cannot fly. Even though wings are there, it will become useless. It is why, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring. Spring season is compared with the youthful one. And hereby, when a child cannot enjoy its childhood, how can the child after become a young man enjoy his youthful stage, youthful spring? That means bird cannot enjoy in a cage, child cannot enjoy in the classroom, it feels tired, it has lost its happiness. Here what happens? When a child doesn't feel happy in childhood, the young man cannot feel happy in his youthful days. It is the meaning of the second stanza.
That's
So, previously 2 stanzas are over, now 2 stanzas are over. Next one. Oh, father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay. Now, here, youthful spring. Spring season is compared with youthful stage, young age. Summer season is compared to young boy, child. Here, spring season is compared with the old age. Old age, spring. Young age, spring. Youthful spring means here happiness only. Here, in the springing and by sorrow and cares dismay. Now, this one, winter season is compared with the old age. I have forgotten to say, winter, old age, spring, young age, next, summer, childhood. See, summer season, very hot, holiday, enjoyment. Spring season, heavy activity, gathering fruits, collecting crops, these all, it is why young age, very busy. Winter season, cold, mist, snowfall, it is why old age. Old age means inactivity. Young spring means full activity of responsibility, heavy schedule. Here, summer means childhood enjoyment. How see? These poets are so brilliant and genius in delivering their message. Now, O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, we will take these 2 lines as one line meaning. What is it? This child, school going boy, or this speaker, the poet, William Blake, he is requesting his father and mother. Not only his father and mother, universal appeal, he is requesting all fathers and mothers in this world. O father and mother, if buds are nipped, we will sow one seed. It will become buds. Buds means mogu. Kannada meaning mogu. If these buds are nipped means this plant is destroyed at the stage of buds. Mogu. How can it give fruits? 1. And blossoms blown away. Okay, buds will become blossoms. Means flower stage. If buds are destroyed and flowers are destroyed, if plants are destroyed, so no seed, no buds, no flowers and no plants at all, how can it become a tree? How can it give fruits? It is why in the beginning stage, later stage, next later stage, all stages are destroyed because of going to school. That means what? Young childhood is destroyed. Young age is youthful days are destroyed. Then how can they enjoy their later life? It is asked by the speaker. All their joy in the springing day. Springing day means youthful day, young age. If the child is destroyed, if the child is not happy in its childhood, how can it enjoy its young age? If, for example, if a child is not happy at the age of 6 years, how can it feel happy at the age of 16 years? It is called what? Childhood. It is called what? Youthful age. It is why or 16 or 26 you take young age. 56 means old age. It is why if the child is not happy at the age of childhood, how can it feel happy in its young age? It is asked in this stanza. So, when these three stages take place, how can it feel happy in its youthful? By sorrow and cares dismay. It doesn't feel happy in its young age because in the childhood itself it has lost its happiness. It cannot enjoy its childhood, it cannot enjoy its young youthful days. It is why it is totally dejected, disappointed, happylessness, no happiness at all, unhappiness itself. It is the message in this stanza number 3, 4, 5. It is called last stanza. Understand, only these three will destroy its childhood, no happiness in the youthful days. Here, old age. How can it be happy in the old age if it is not happy in the childhood and in the young age? Now, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer's fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing air when the blades of winter appear? Now, my dear students, now see, schoolboy is sitting here, drooping means bending and sitting. He doesn't have interest in the classroom. He is not looking at the book. And it is the cage. Inside the cage, a bird is there. He thinks of the bird. He feels that his condition is like a bird in the cage. No freedom to the bird, no happiness to the bird. Similarly, no freedom to this boy, no happiness at all. This schoolboy is compared with the bird inside the cage. This cage is compared with the classroom. It is why he wants to play in the nature. In nature, he wants freedom. Birds want freedom. See, bird wants freedom like these birds. This boy wants freedom like here, playing outside in the open place and this nature. It is why this poem, this picture gives the clear-cut message and the actions indeed. I will proceed with the last stanza number 6.
Right, sir.
Last stanza. How shall the summer arise in a joy, or the summer's fruits appear, or how shall we gather what griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing air when the blades of winter appear? Okay, so This stanza should be understood in two ways, two meanings. There is no direct meaning. In English, under the poem, general meaning is one thing, inner meaning is another thing. Inner meaning is important, general meaning is not important. This is the clear-cut message. The poet may mention sunset, sunrise. If we feel that sunset means, oh, sun is setting, okay, evening time. Sun is rising, morning time. No. Sunset means death. Sunrise means birth. These are the hidden meanings. We must take care of the meaning of the particular word very, very carefully. We must observe each and everything. First, mood of the poet is very, very important. Otherwise, our meaning, understanding the poem itself will become utterly flop or wrong. How shall the summer arise in joy? How can a child enjoy his childhood? Summer means childhood, arise in joy. How can a child enjoy its childhood when it is totally in the classroom? Question. Are the summer's fruits appear? That means what? How can it see the fruits in the forest or in the nature? If it is in the classroom, how can it see the fruits in the summer season? Summer season means here childhood. The child cannot see the fruits, the child cannot feel happy in its childhood or in its holidays. Next. Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy? How can we enjoy our childhood? Already its childhood is destroyed by the classroom activities. Classroom activities have destroyed its childhood happiness. It is unable to see the fruits on trees during the summer season or during its childhood in the nature. Moreover, it cannot enjoy its childhood if it stays totally inside the classroom like a bird in a cage. Or bless the mellowing ear. Mellowing means what? Softening. Softening or very smooth or matured one. Or bless the mellowing ear. Here mellowing general meaning is softening or